Good afternoon, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog today for September 30th, 2014, Tuesday afternoon around 5 o'clock p.m. in Belleville, Massachusetts. Some clouds today, some sprinkles, but no beneficial rain. We'll have the same weather tomorrow and maybe the rest of the week. Some news to report. Hollywood has announced it's going to make a movie version of the classic video game Tetris. They're running out of ideas for original movies from Hollywood. They're going after classic video game. I think a movie version of Tetris is going to flop. What's next? A movie version of Burger Time or Qubit? But Qubit would be an interesting movie. And also, the co-host of The View, Whoopi Goldberg, and Rosie O'Donnell got into a fight, an argument, and that's not good, but it wasn't surprising, and it was only a matter of time before they would bicker on air. And I bet you 2-1 either Rosie or Whoopi will not be with The View by the end of the year, or I'll make a prediction both of them will be off The View by the end of the year. I think The View is on its last legs, and I think I would not be surprised if ABC cancels the series by the 1st of 2015. They probably will give the time slot back to the affiliates, but you never know. Maybe they'll create a new talk show or maybe a game show, but they will face off against The Price is Right. That's a juggernaut, so I don't think ABC will do that. And that's about it on that. My next subject is about a classic game show. It's called I Got a Secret. I Got a Secret was one of the most famous panel game shows in history. It lasted over 15 years in primetime in CBS, and then they had a syndicated version for 1 year back in the early 70s. They had a 4-week run on CBS in 1976 over the summer, and then it migrated to cable with 2 runs on cable in 2000 on Oxygen, 2006 on GSN. But the most famous I've Got a Secret was the primetime version of it that lasted from June 19th, 1952 to April 3rd, 1967. That ran on CBS in primetime. It was hosted by Gary Moore for the first 12 years. It was produced by Mark Goodson and Bill Todman Productions. This was one of their big major hits. Second major hit was with the panel show, and it was a twist on, like, a variation of What's My Line. And the panelist who was on I Got a Secret were Bill Cullen, Henry Morgan, Faye Emerson, Jay Meadows, Bess Meyerson, and Betsy Palmer were the main ones during their 15-year run on CBS. And the gameplay was like this. Contestants would show and they would tell a secret which was unusual, amazing, embarrassing, or funny. Commonly, it was something that happened in their life, that a person owned something, or was a hobby, or was something very amazing. And they had to stump the panel. For each panelist they stumped, they got $20 each. If they stumped all 4 of them on the panel, they got $80. And there were 2 segments with contestants, and then the third was a celebrity. And for the first few years, it was basically played by like that, with like they tell a secret. But eventually, that was phased out, and the celebrity who was on I Got a Secret as like about a secret had a challenge for the panelists and stuff like that. And it was somewhat funny and amusing. The I Got a Secret was kind of more of a comedy game show type, and it was real successful. Some famous people appeared as guest contestants on I Got a Secret before they were famous, like Colonel Harlan Sanders, who like started a restaurant with his Social Security check, and also one of the original members of the Beatles, Pete Best, 15-year-old chess champion Bobby Fischer, and Oscar Robinson, who was 19 years old, college basketball players, and a few others. And also, they had a guest who was the last surviving member, to see Abraham Lincoln shot at Ford's Theater by John Wilkes Booth. His name was Samuel J. Seymour. He was 95 years old when he appeared on I Got a Secret in 1956. They got it right, but they gave him $80 as a token of appreciation. And I Got a Secret was usually taped live on CBS for many years. And it was a top 30 show 10 out of the 15 years it was on CBS. It peaked out at number 5 during the 1957-58 season. By 1964, Gary Moore left as host as I Got a Secret because he just wanted to do other stuff. And replacing him was actor, comedian, talk show host Steve Allen, who appeared kind of frequently as a guest on I Got a Secret on the panel. And with Steve Allen, the show continued on for another 3 years, but it wasn't as popular. Plus, in addition, they had to tape one show live, and one show was taped, and then the other one was shown live 2 weeks because Steve Allen lived in California, and the show was taped in New York. So, for it to save him from commuting back and forth every week, they had to save up. Plus, around 1967, the other Goodson Todman game shows that were on CBS, What's My Line and To Tell the Truth, both panel shows, their ratings were still high, but the key demographics were like 18 to 34. All of them were skewing older audiences, and CBS just decided to cancel it. But I've Got a Secret lived on. It came back in the 1972-1973 season. It moved production from New York to Los Angeles, and Steve Allen was named the revived host of I Got a Secret, and the gameplay was still like they had like 2 contestants, and the third one a celebrity, and the scoring system was changed. If they stumped all 4 panelists, they win like $100. And on the panel the only regular was Richard Dawson, but they had other celebrities as well. This lasted 1 year in syndication. It was only once a week in syndication. They didn't get the ratings. Then I Got a Secret came back as a summer replacement show in the summer of 1976 with Bill Cullen as host, and it moved back to New York. And on the panel was Richard Dawson, Elaine Joyce, and 2 other people. I don't know their names, but it only lasted 4 or 5 weeks, and it got canceled. And there was attempts many times to revive I Got a Secret, many times, but they shot pilots, but it didn't sell and stuff like that. A lot of people were saying the show was kind of outdated for the 80s and 90s, but in 2000, the new television cable network Oxygen revived I Got a Secret with Stephanie Miller as host, and with the panel on the Oxygen version was Jim J. Bullock, Jason Carvis, Amy Yasback, and Terry Garr. And the scoring system was changed. Like if the contestants who stumped the panel got $200 each. If they stumped all 4 of them, they got $1,000. And I saw that version a few times. It was decent, but it wasn't as good as the original. It only lasted a couple of years until Oxygen stopped production, but reruns was on it for maybe another 3 years or so. And in 2006, GSN revives it with Bill Dwyer as host, and with this panel, Billy Bean, Frank DiCarlo, Jermaine Taylor, and Susan Weston Former. And what's different about this panel, all the panel members on this version of I Got a Secret were gay. And also, the scoring system was changed. If they stumped if they got $250 each, if they stumped the panel, if they stumped all 4 of them, they get $1,000 and dinner for 2 at a restaurant of their choice in Beverly Hills, California. This version of I Got a Secret only lasted maybe 2-3 months, but it was not the best revival of a game show and stuff like that. It still reran it for a few more months, but that was about it. And reruns of I Got a Secret was the original one from the 50s and 60s was shown on GSN back in the 90s and 2000s when they had the black and white Sunday night, and also the 1972-73 version of hosted by Steve Allen was shown in as well on GSN from time to time. But you probably never see the old episodes of I Got a Secret from maybe the 50s. All the 50s episodes, because it was sponsored by Winston Cigarettes, and GSN needed, they had to stop showing those episodes or black it out because cigarettes advertisements not allowed anymore, and they show sometimes like 61 forward, and maybe once like a week. Twice they have been brought back reruns of I Got a Secret for 2 weeks during the Christmas season on GSN on 3 to 4 a.m. And I would not be surprised GSN should consider bringing back the I Got a Secret reruns from the remaining of the 60s runs from 3 to 4 a.m. all the time. They could make a deal with the production company that now owns I Got a Secret. It would get better ratings than seeing like Steve Harvey's version of Family Feud or John O'Hurley's Family Feud about a billion times. The world could live without them being rerun a billion times. GSN should really consider that, bringing back reruns of I Got a Secret on late nights occasionally. So that's about it. Have a good day, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. See you tonight, and my subject for tonight will be my personality profile. Bye.